Here we have the Nissan X-Trail 1.6 DCI automatics, that's the diesel, on a 65 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. So as we approach the back of the car, you'll see we have reversing sensors. This car's also got a 360 parking camera, which I'll show you inside the car. Currently all 7 seats are in place, so that's the amount of boot space you would have with those 2 rear ones up. Let me show you what it's like when they are folded down. And there you go. As you can see, when they're folded down you get masses of boot space, and those 3 what are now back seats, what were previously middle seats, also fold in 3 individual sections. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. The seats are as good as new. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left hand side we have the rev counter, and on the right hand side the speedometer and fuel gauge. You can see the total miles for this car are 24,386. You can change the information displayed above that by using buttons on the steering wheel. There's various different menus available, including a trip computer with a digital readout for the speedometer, which you can see just there. If we back out to the steering wheel, on the left hand side we have the buttons I was using a moment ago. They are also for the stereo. And then on the right hand side we have cruise control with speed limiter and the ability to answer and end phone calls as well. That is of course once you paired up the phone, and that is done on the touchscreen over in the centre just here. Before we come back to that, you can see this car's got DAB digital radio. It also has AM and FM radio on top of that. But if you want to listen to your own music, we have a CD player, auxiliary input, USB input, and once you paired your phone, you can stream music wirelessly via Bluetooth audio as well. And that is of course on top of making and receiving phone calls as well. This car's got satellite navigation. There's a full video showing that working on our website, which is well worth checking out. If I pop the car into reverse, you'll be able to see that 360 parking camera I mentioned. So the image on the left is a bird's eye view image of the car parked in the space we're currently in, and on the right hand side is the reversing camera with guidelines showing you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that you see behind you. If I pop the car back into park and press the camera button up here, we have the same 360 image, but we have a front facing camera, or a front facing camera and the front passenger side wheel. You can see that will really help you get the car in spaces. Just line it up with those lines and you're perfectly in the space there as well. So really easy to park when you have these extra bits. Working our way down, we have the dual zone climate control. So you can adjust the temperature on either side of the car. Fan speed in the middle here. Once you're happy with that, you can adjust where you'd like the air to be distributed, and then hit that button to turn the air conditioning on, or hit auto, and the car will maintain those temperatures for you by taking full control of the fan speed itself. So initially it will turn it up, as you've heard it do, until it gets to the right temperature, and then it will readjust back downwards to maintain those temperatures for you. Underneath that section we have a 12-volt charging socket, the USB and auxiliary inputs, along with an electronic handbrake, and then the fully automatic gearbox just here. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is the panoramic glass sunroof. You can see the sun blind is shut at the moment. If I hit that button, the sun blind will open up all the way to the back of the car, so it lets in a huge amount of light. But we can also open the sunroof section as well, as you can see, to let in air as well. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.